Good to see you. Welcome to the Secret History Living Your Aquarium. I just decided that I'd do an encore for Fish Tropic because Fish Tropic's always shouting encore, encore. No, really, I have some time because the holidays basically, and so the week is laid out a little differently than normal. Pardon my puffy eyes and redness and everything. I've got some allergies going on today and a bit of a flare from the lupus. And also, since they did more dental work, I swear, the more they fix my teeth, the worse it gets. So, hopefully, soon I'll have a new grill and they'll have replaced. I'll have a new smile. Should I get rid of the gap in my teeth, guys? I think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna have normal human teeth rather than the gap I've always had. But in any case, I know that Bob and a couple other people might be streaming tonight, Steenfot. So sorry if that's going on. But I just figured now I had some time. I wanted to jump on. I wanted to show my fish. I'm basically going to feed every tank. And so we'll drop some shrimp tabs in at the beginning so that they can start collecting, and then we'll go check them out. And then we're gonna mix up some bloodworms and Mises shrimp and maybe Daphnia or something, and a couple other foods. And then I'll just go through and basically we'll be talking about, okay, which species of fish are those that I have. And if you guys have a question about anything in the hobby in between, I thought it'd be another good night to answer those. So I think we'll be doing that. And yeah, so hello, Brooke, Brook and Hooks Fishing. Kev, what's going on? I'm not doing StreamYard, otherwise, I would say I would invite people up for this one tonight. But yeah, just an impromptu stream. I'll try to pay attention to the stream as best I can. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, but when you need a question answered, just say at the Secret History Living in Your Aquarium or at Alex Williamson, and or Alex even will help me see that. And then also members, whenever you're a member, you've got a little icon next to your membership or next to your name. And so that lets me see on the chat. If I have it on top chat, I found out that keeps it up longer. So I usually have it on live chat until we have about 60 people in, and then I kick it over to top chat just in case, so I can just catch, stuff that I guess it tries to find stuff that's relevant to the host. I just learned that because I was like, what is the point of this silly top chat thing? But yeah. So that's what's up. WTF says, mate, let me tell you, had the worst Christmas. Girlfriend kicked me out. Oh, man. On the 23 day before Christmas. And my fish are still there. Oof. Sorry, man. That is rough. I hope that your day gets better, your month gets better, your life gets better. Steel Angus, what's going on? I need a dab. What's going on? I don't care for the human. I miss the fish. Uh, yeah, I think that's the consensus on this channel too. Sometimes, uh, but let's start this off right. Got to feed the human before we feed the fish. So I'm going with a cherry Dr. Pepper this evening. I went to Aquarium Co-op, got a couple new fish and some stuff for my new aquariums, because that's the other thing tonight that we'll probably try to cover is I've got two new aquariums that are almost completely cycled, if not completely cycled. And so I need to figure out what I'm going to put in there. And I got some caves and other stuff, and also just some extra sponge filters and a few other things from them while I was there yesterday, and a few more female erythromicrons. The what are they called? The emerald. Well, they're emerald dwarf rasboras is what they go by commonly. But I probably just got demonetized for saying the D word. They like to demonetize you for that one. So super fun, right? Oh, I wish I had some black rams. I think Aquarium Co-op has some really nice black rams right now that are like dark black. I think they were $38 each, But it's hard to gender the all black ones. Like it's hard to sex them. They're really dark and they don't have that spot on the side, so it makes it really crazy tricky to do that. But yeah. All right. Also, for the last time, do we have anybody tomorrow who wants to be part of the home show? If so, message me after this live stream. You can comment anywhere. I mean, you can comment now on a past video. I'll find recent comments, and that will help me. So let's go put some shrimp food in the shrimp tanks, and I'll show you guys what I'm feeding tonight, and then we'll also do we'll get the other food ready, and then we'll loop back around. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you have any questions about the hobby in general, about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the somethings and the daffodils and the live, and then God darn it, where is? Well, I had a I had a plug for one of my lights over here, and I don't see where in the heck it went. What in the heck? I had a light. At one point in time, I had a light of mine. Where is it? Sorry, guys. You see what I'm awkwardly doing? Oh, good, a spider. Because I like them on my hand. You can see the mess I have of wires and things right now. Not the best look, Alex. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found it, guys. Got it. Lights on, let there be light. All right. Let's see. Oh, I see a question from Steel Angus from the Metal Cow. We have several questions. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Let's get this off my face. Face is looking rough today, anyways. So, off the face. These are the two new tanks that I'll be scaping. So, obviously, this heater's in my life, but not in the place it should be. You can see the algae has started, so it is now cycled. Not at equilibrium completely, but no ammonia anymore. And then down here, there is one Riddle Danio that won't come out of hiding wherever he is. And I know it's a he, because I spawned them, hopefully. We'll see if we have any eggs tonight, too. But, yeah. So, in any case, I need to stock that tank, which is a 10-gallon. And this one's a 17.5 with really about 11 gallons of water. There's like 6.5, maybe 7 gallons of space taken up by stone. So, we'll see. But any ideas for that later will be appreciated. But, all right, let's see. What were those questions? Yeah, probably. Ryan Stone on Canadian Gaming. Hello, Fish Tropic Kev. Your aquarium got a Tiger Hillstream Loach yesterday, along with some cherry shrimp. What's the best way to take care of them both? And I have black corridors. Oh yeah, Kev. So, with the Hillstream Loach, is that a Borneo, like, striped Hillstream Loach? Or are you talking an actual tiger loach? Like, you know, like a tiger barb type situation? Like, is it a sucker fish that sticks to the rock that just has stripes? Or is it an actual, an actual, like, loach that swims and eats shrimp? Because loaches eat a ton of shrimp as a general rule. not the kind, not hill stream, like reticulated, or the kind that suck on rocks. They don't eat a lot of shrimp. But I mean, if you get a random like those loaches there, the multi-striped border loaches, they eat a ton. Um, all right, let's see here. Brook and hook, or is it supposed? Oh, broken brook, broken hooks, fishing. What's the best shrimp food you feed? Because I want to try new brands. Yeah, let's talk about that real quick while we get that ready. So, my favorite thing to feed by a long shot is actually this, which is Crab Cuisine by Hikari. It's pretty cheap. This little baggie, I think, is $3.99, $4.99. And this will last like a tank a long time. So, in here right now, we've got one Panda Cory because we had a random baby. We've got some pleco babies, and then we've got a bunch of shrimp. We've also got a bunch of blue-eyed, yellow belly sapsuckers. No, a bunch of blue-eye, albino, if you want to call them that, bristlenose pleco crosses. But what they really are is they're a lemon pleco. But there's really no such thing as lemon pleco, so that makes it kind of tricky. Also, this is a pregnant yellow Neocaridina, and is she still pregnant? It looks like she gave birth. So she's only in here until she gives birth. So I'll have to confirm that her eggs are gone, and it looks like they are. So she's probably given birth. And that means I have to be super careful on the water changes. Also, there are some young Cory habrosis, and then there are the algae-eating shrimp, the long-nose algae-eating shrimp. But these ones are called short-nose algae-eating shrimp because of the long-nose species, they have the shortest nose. So I know that doesn't make any sense, but see, the Corys and the plecos love this stuff too. So it's kind of interesting to me how that works, that they're such fans. Then over here, the other thing I like to feed is I will take, by the way, got a new light, so that's fun. I put my Higer light over this tank since I'm not really growing plants to grow. Like, I actually need to trim this tank quite a bit. I'm really I just want them alive. I don't want them flourishing and overtaking everything in this tank. I just want them alive. But yeah, so we're gonna feed this first. Ugh. And we'll actually go feed real food upstairs too, because oh, sciatic nerve. Whoa, that'll wake me up. Oh boy. All right. Okay. And then the other food that, I mean, I like Shrimp King. Dennerle is one. The other thing is I moved my long fin pepper Corys over here. There's no filter going in here. And I wanted to try that out. And then I also added just a 1/2-inch sand cap over here. And I know that my loach, or Gara, they're related to loaches, they dig this, even though they're supposed to like water that is moving and everything and oxygenated. They really actually don't mind. Did you see that with his tail? He flicked away the other shrimp. So you can see in here, I'll show you how many freaking pregnant shrimp we have. Tonight into tomorrow is the big full moon. And so that is going to cause a lot of my shrimp to either be buried or become buried. I've been making sure to do blackouts for the last 2 weeks. And then last night they had blue light on in their tanks. And then again, last night then I left the room light on for them. And then, yeah, so it kind of replicates a little bit of that. And then we'll put in some pellets here. We'll get some pellets in here. We got pellets, pellets, pellets for everyone. And let's see here. I know everyone's... Whoops, sorry guys. Camera's gonna go flip over on you real quick. It's hard to do this with both hands, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Now these are non-heated tanks with the neocaridania, and they seem to be doing okay, but I don't think... I mean, I know for a fact that they grow much slower at these rates. The snails, however, can reproduce at the normal rate, so it can be kind of hard to manage the two together in a non-heated tank. Now, the other thing that I like to feed the shrimp, I've got a whole selection up here of things that I feed dry, but I like these pellets. They're just shrinking or sinking pellets from Aquatic Arts. I like those ones quite a bit. And then where are they? These are my new favorite thing. That the shrimp love them. They do pack a lot more ammonia in the water than other things, but shrimp, man, they love these. All my fish love these. I'll show you guys. I'll feed these tonight with some of the other stuff, and all my fish just love those. Even my vegetable eating fish, the vegetarian love the carnivore pellets, and they're Hikari also. And I'd never tried these until recently, but it said, you know, for catfish, sharks, eels, bichers, and stingrays. But when you look at it, I think it's just got to be that it's got all the vitamin A, D, E that they could ever need in a day. And then it's also got a lot of crude protein. It's like half. So I think that helps. But then the other thing that I like to feed them, I do have some Shrimp King community. So we can put some of that in this tank over here, and we'll see what pile they go for, okay? So put some over in this corner, and we'll come check back in like, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes or whatever, and see what they went for. It's much finer pellets, see them? And I do like that. I feel like it's less wasteful, for sure. But it's also, I don't know how much of it, I feel bad saying this, but I don't know how much of it is a gimmick when you buy some of the really high-end foods. I just kind of get that feeling that we've been had, folks, that there's a bit of gimmickry going on with the really expensive Shrimp King or Dennerley shrimp foods. So the Hikari one, I mean, that'll last me freaking months, even with the tanks that I have. Not that I have a ton of tanks, but I've got some tanks. So, all right, let's carry on. And you know what? I was gonna do bloodworms and all that stuff, but I think we can elicit a response that's entertaining enough, probably with just the dry stuff. So we'll see if we can't get the fish we want out, then we will change things up a bit. Hold on, let's get the gimbal. Gimbal keeps flipping on me. I need to balance it. Get this out of the way. So, this tank with all the fishies. So we'll feed right in here. Let me look at the comments, because I lost you guys again. All right, Steel Angus. I've never seen my blue dreams eating the shrimp pellets I drop. I feel like I waste my money on them. Should I keep dropping them? No. If you don't see them eating it and they don't seem to eat it, then don't waste your time on it. I mean, they're eating something in there, so don't worry about it. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, Kev, your suckerfish then I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just keep that water oxygenated for the suckerfish. If you could get a little power head, or if you have an HOB, that should be fine. Thank you, Peplin. Interesting. He has a Sewilia linolata, which Yeah, I don't know how they do with baby shrimp. They may actually munch on some of those, but I don't know. You'll have to watch them. Just keep an eye on what they do to the big shrimp. Watch if they're stalking at all, like trying to hunt. So, let's see here. How does your Hygger light work for growing plants? I don't know that yet, but I suspect not the best. I mean, it looks good. Hey, Kenny, what's going on? Welcome. Sorry, I know you crawled into my cave over here a little bit ago. But yeah, let's see here. Um, let's see here. Well, thank you, Apocalyptic Adam, saying that I'm going to say other streams, I'll be diplomatic, have long discussions, sit downs, not do anything style videos, because this seems like there's actually more going on the screen, 5 times the content. Sorry, yeah, so we try to, we try to get a little bit of the sit down, not looking at tanks feel of for a show, and we also try to walk from tank to tank because it's more interesting than looking at me. You guys know what I look like. Even if it was one fishbowl, I feel like that would be better than just sitting and talking. And then I'll try to, jump around, and as things spark my mind, I'll chat with you guys. And if we have a topic for the night, then we'll do that. But you guys know that usually my streams are on at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays and Saturdays generally, but tonight's a pop-up. So Freshwater Canuck says, do you have any neorites? Yes. Carnival pellets, you like those as well as bug bites for medium to large cichlids and our polyopterus. Yeah, totally. Let's see here. Larry D's Tanks some more, mainly bettas. What's going on? Pride Moore's Fishing More. Hello. Let's see here. Yeah, I have Apocalyptic Adam. I do have neorites that lay a lot less eggs. I'll show you what's up with that when we get to it. Clin Elizabeth, hello. I'm trying to get back down to the bottom. Okay, there we go. All right. Abigail, what up? All right. So these guys, because of Kenny, thank you so much. Danikin Aquatics. Check out the channel if you haven't. Him and his wife have a nice channel, and Sunday nights they have a nice show in which if you are in a sad mood, his wife will make sure that you are giggling uncontrollably alongside her, because she's just a giggle monster. But he brought me these fish. These are the Pelvicochromis. I was going to split them up, but so far they have showed no aggression. You can see the one female has her ovipositor out and is like ready for love. Yeah, I'm ready for love. And then the one male out of 4 again, of course, only get one male. He's real skinny. I'm a little worried that he might have some sort of tapeworm or something, or tapeworm, staple worm, whatever. There's my existing nanochromis. Sorry, guys. Pelvicochromis is right here in my periphery. These are the albino ones. You see the red eye makes them albino, but they are also codominantly leucistic. So they're an albino, but they have a little bit of color on them because of that leucistic gene. You see how there's a little bit of black on there too? It's a very interesting cross that happens, but that's how you get that look rather than the other one. So let's drop in some food. Also, we've got one of my lemon plecos here. Now, lemon plecos, I don't remember exactly, but they are a mix of 2 or 3 plecos originally. There's the Nanochromis Teglise right there that just went under. She's kind of yellow, more yellow. And she's trying to get the attention. She's got nice eyeshadow on, or eyeliner. I don't know what do you want to call it. But she's got her ovipositor out too. So she's all happy. And that male up there that looks so anemic, I mean, maybe they just look like that. I don't know. You can tell he's a male because of the tail. See, he's got a pattern on the lower part of his tail, which is such a nice, like, subtle little way to be able to tell the males and females apart. But they're both extremely colorful. These ones are Pearlus, Nanochromis Perillus. So you can see they love this food so much, they're all swarming. Even the guppies, the rainbow fish, they're all right there. Um, so watch, the guppies are going to try to eat as it falls, but we'll take care of them. Um, and we'll get a good amount of food right in this area. We'll get some more over here. Of course, it just gets stuck on the moss. And then we'll try to get my actual Peclotia compactas or comptas, however you want to say it. I just dropped some of these little food things on the floor. Sorry. They were in my lap. My lap is now on the floor. I have ways to make you talk, people. So we'll put in some more over here. Hopefully get my leopard frog plecos out. And Lee, I see you, sir, Mr. Wheelie. And Catfish Terry, how's it going, brother? Yeehaw! Got you in here. And you know what? While we're at it, let's give them some floating food so that the top level fish can eat. And then we'll discuss the species right quick. And if you guys have any other random questions, like I said, fire away, fire away. Okay. All right. So this is just Fluval Bug Bites color enhancer, which really just has ascataskin. I never say it right, but the red pigment enhancer in it, and then omega-3s, and then other than that, it's just a dry flake, but it's fine for guppies and whatnot. We got a nearite snail making a run for it. This is one of the striped nearites, the Filipino nearites. Hold on, let me roll up my sleeves. We got to make an adjustment here. And the other thing is, so these little guys that I have, these lovely little, we'll hold still so we can actually watch the animals come. Let's try to get the glare off. So these little blue long fin panda guppies, they are at Aquarium Co-op right now for $29 a pair. I was surprised by that because I got these not for that. I mean, but apparently they're in high demand. You guys probably can't see it on the live stream super well, but they have a really beautiful blue to them. All right, so let's see what's coming in the feeding zone. Remember, colors are always muted on live streams. So now we have the big male lemon pleco that's in here. Hey, Ian, how's it going? Lee Wilcox, if I want eggs viable, they need to be brackish water. Yes. So nearite snails, they have eggs on a surface. They do it in tidal flats. And then as there's a time of the year when the tidal flat will usually flood, or a dry season or a wet season, I don't know which is which. By the way, another subtle way I wanted to show you sometimes that can help you identify a male versus a female pleco is how quickly the rays on the fins spread out. So the females, see how they fan out? They split, the ray splits out. On the males, it doesn't happen till the end on this first fin. It doesn't happen till after halfway on the fin. So sometimes, I don't know, that helps a little. But the main way to tell usually is, other than the whiskers, is a teardrop body for the female and a longer fat body for the male. Both these fish, though, this is a Pelvicochromis tinniatus albino, and it's a Moliwe cribensis, if you guys are familiar with those, rather than Pelvicochromis. And these guys are from Cameroon, Gabon, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, as it's known. Boy, did you see that Nanochromis try to just take a big old chunk? That was piggy. So these are Corydoras red Aeneas, is what these are called officially. But they're the same species as the black Corydoras, as most of the albino Corydoras in the hobby. Oh, we'll be super slow But look who came out. Oh, well, I already scared it away. We'll try again. They'll be back. We had one of my leopard frogs come out. That's how much this carnivore sinking pellet works. So you guys can see it a little bit better here. The orange and black Cories. This is the Cory Venezuela orange. Very close to the Cory Aeneas bronze or red. The red variety, you need to feed I never say it right, ascataxin, a lot of them, and yeah. Otherwise, they just look like bronze Cories, and then you feel like you wasted money. But the orange ones, they'll actually stay pretty orange. Now, oddly enough, mine, whenever they spawn with their own kind. Look at that piggy Nanochromis. Do you see it ran off with the whole sinking pellet? Now these sinking pellets are interesting because the Hikari sinking carnivore pellets, they start pretty small and then they swell up at least double their mass, which is interesting. And then it gets softer and easier to break up and the other fish can eat it. The other thing that I really like from Aquarium Co-op, this is a great trick if you just want to keep fish busy, is put a little schmutz of that in the water. That's like a couple, like, that looks like a lot. It looks like it's a huge mess. But if you were to scoop that all together, it's like, you know, maybe the size of a grain of rice in density. It's just so finely ground. But that will keep all these rainbow fish up at the top eating. It'll keep the ember tetras eating. And then if I want to get midwater fish to eat a little bit of nano fish, I just smack the water and you see it starting to drift down. So that's kind of another little, I don't know, trick. It's not much of a trick. Ta-da, what a great magic trick. And yeah. So then we've got, let's see, what else do we have going on? We've got in here yeah, see some of the black, you can see where that would turn into a black Cory, right? Where it could have evolved in a different river to be that color. So you can notice that. Now the female panda guppies are, you can see the eggs on her. She has no gravid spot right now because it's full of fresh eggs. She's the one who had 67 babies recently. But the males, they look like this. I wish the females had some discerning characteristic. And then we've got the Trilineatus little pencilfish, dwarf pencilfish, with the stripes cruising around. We've got some little plecos that are babies hanging out. And the guppies, locally I'm selling those right now. I need to start selling more. And then that's a Rhamnocentris, not Pulcher, but ornate, as it were. That's what this is. It's this rainbow fish. Very unusual in the hobby for most places. New to the U.S. the last few years, pretty much. Unless you knew someone who was in Australia and, you know, whatever. If Adam says, if I were to try without going down a Google hole, I would probably have a nearite tank with lots of removable hardscape, and when they inevitably lay eggs everywhere, I would move those pieces. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, or you can just not have visible hardscape. Like you can just, like this is rocks back here, but there's so much moss on it that you can't see it, so it doesn't really matter what they did to it. But in here, there. So as you know, I think these are the only algae eaters worth having. The reticulated SAEs, Siamese algae eaters. They have a triangle on their tail that's black, and then so that's the Nanochromis Tiglis or Teleglis, and she's got her ovipositor out, ready for love. Ready for love, oh baby, I'm ready for love. And then the other ones that have it out are not the Tiglis, they are the Parlus. And there's the male up there, clearly no ovipositor, but he's got the pattern on his tail. Male, pattern tail. And then where are they? Where are they? You can see all the young lemon plecos in here. They're growing nice at a nice clip in this tank. And then a couple autosynclists doing their thing. And lastly, I thought that we would get a better showing, but let's try to see if we can get a little something. The leopard frog plecos usually come out and eat, and they were out a second ago, but when I moved the camera in front of him, it startled him, and he went back into his hiding spot. But there's 5 of them in here, and they're nocturnal, so it's also just not a good time to try to capture them. But there is one. Let's see here if you guys can see them. They're kind of hanging out back in there. They have a little rock. Oh, no, it's gone. But they have a rockery under all this Anubias and this sword fern that is kind of where they hang out usually. And so they've got plenty of stuff. And then the other Nanochromis seems to be using the little hide. So there, I don't know if can you guys make that out? I wish I could zoom. But back in there, you can see the stripes of the leopard frog. They're a really beautiful pleco. And I've got 3 adults and 2 babies from Aquatic Arts. They went on sale for like $54 or something, and that's when I bought them. As very young, like this size babies. Maybe not quite that small, like more like that size. And I've grown them out. The other ones are coming up on 2 or 3 years now. I don't know exactly, somewhere between 2 and 3 years. And then let's go to the next tank. You guys are probably sick of this tank. I need to trim the heck out of that tank, though. It's just oy vey. And then there's the tailless, no caudal fin little guy. Oh, the big Peclotia compta, the leopard frog, is out. He just is at an angle that is super hard to see. Because, of course, he is. Let's see if looking straight down. No, of course, the glare from the light or a leaf are going to be right in our way. They're really good at staying hidden, which is odd because they have spikes under their armpit, and they have little toothy skin tail. I mean, more so than a lot of fish. They have more defense mechanisms. Plus, they're just muscular. They can just smack the heck out of other fish if they need to. All right, so the secondary big tank, we took the Nycrew light off, and this is the 36-inch Fluval 3.0 Planted Plus, and everything looks a little green currently because of the water lettuce growing. But in here, we've got a breeding pair of, these guys are a hybrid that I created, of Lacunja and Maliwe, and then Poulcher cribs. So I had a pair of Poulchers, you see, and that's why she's got that weird, she's got a black stripe with a color on either side. And then she's got the rosettes, so the dark dot with the light dot around it rather than just dark dots. He doesn't have any of that, but they both color up like crazy when spawning, and they both have the fire red, yellow, orange, and then back to purple color on their tail. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm behind again. 20 gallons. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, a question. How big the blue and green phantoms get a common pleco? They get probably 6 inches max, I would say, usually, is what I've experienced. I think they say they can get 8 to 9 inches, but I've never seen that ever. And I usually they're more like 4 to 6, somewhere in there, with the females being more stout. Alex, what do you have there growing on the way out of the top of the big leaves? So this is just a sword plant that's 4 years old. It's just kept growing, and it decided to come out of the tank about, I don't know, 4 months ago. So I don't remember the exact type. Priscilla, hello. Hello, my darling. For those of you who don't know Priscilla, which is probably no one, she is an incredible artist. She let me come draw and hang out on her channel the other day. and we had a grand old time with James from Fisher and Fever too, and we got to hang out and doodle and dawdle, and that's kind of like dreidel but less Jewish, more drawing, and yeah. Also, I got a new filter on here. The old one's growing moss. The old one's not running water currently, which was probably dumb. I mean, there might be some active bacteria in the back, but without new oxygenation, probably not a ton. So we're going to put in some more carnivore tablets in. Sorry, guys. Sorry about this. As I feed, I know it's going to be shaky. You might have to close your eyes. I know that's a lot of work. Your eyelids are very heavy, but bear with me. We'll get there together as one. Just the two of us, you and I, just the two of us. So this stuff my fish hated. They wouldn't eat this. Speaking of Hikari, this is Hikari crap. For as far as my fish think, they hated that stuff. And Bentley gave it to me for free. He gave me 2 big bags that he had gotten as like a promo from something, Bentley Pasco, and they wouldn't touch it for months. And finally, after not feeding, maybe I think it was a week and a half into the not feeding, and then all of a sudden the angels started eating it. Now they'll eat it whenever, and now it's a priority, and they'll go to the top and stop pestering mid-level and bottom fish. Looks like I have a dead leaf. That thing can produce more ammonia than a dead fish, a leaf that size, just so you guys know. So it's good to get those out when they start doing that. Plus, they're draining the plant of energy. All right, let's see here. So you can see even the cribs are coloring up more as they feed. So yeah, they're kind of doing their thing. Carolyn MC, I love the overgrowth in your leopard tank. How big is that? Well, so this tank is a 40 custom bow front. Most of them are 39. And this one's a 46 system. We're going to check for the Peclotia comptas when we walk by it. But yeah, the shrimp downstairs should almost be ready. Obviously, we have an angelfish in here. The big boy with the eggs. He is Sergio, and he's kind of my mascot fish. He's one of my older fish in this house. He's probably 5, I would guess, because he was, yeah. And then the other ones are probably 3, and they are the daughters of another one that I had that was from Aquatic Arts that was called Turkish Blue and Turkish Green that mated together. And they produced these, which you can't see in this light again, and my phone is what controls the light, so I can't do much about that. But if we put a different light setting on, you'd see how blue these fish are. Maybe, yeah, you can kind of see it there. They're actually stunningly blue. And then the one who spawned with him the last few times is this little gal right here, who's feisty as all get out. And she's just another Scalara angel. Now down here, we have a couple Trilineatus that are false Julii cories. See them there? And then we also have mostly panda cories and some baby cribs that are still growing out. Now, the baby cribs, I need to catch them and get them out of here. They're going to start getting at the age where they need more room and they need to fight and blah, blah, blah. The other blue fish at the top here, those are the cochus that were in my other tank across the way, and I moved them because I thought with these nice water lettuce vines growing down, they can spawn in there, and not so much that I want them to have babies, but then the angelfish have something to graze on, which is fun for them, I guess. Let's see here. And remember, if you have a question for me, hit that @ sign. And if you have a hard question for me, remember to hit that the little dollar sign, the super chat sign. No, I'm just kidding. So then we also have the glow light tetras here, and they're underrated by far, I think. These guys can be really beautiful. They're a tight schooling fish. They're maxed out size right now. about 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches max. We've got one freak who is a blue tetra from Peru and Colombia, and not actually one of the other ones. Whoa, thank you so much. Oh, all I have to do is ask Adam for money and he throws it at me? Wow, I should have tried that before. No, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, Adam. It helps. Also, the other thing is I'm starting a program for the next few weeks where I'm going to be giving away gift cards for $25 and $50 to people who are in my comments section, new or old videos. But if they're helping people who are asking questions, who need help, new to the hobby, or maybe they're asking, how do I cycle a tank, what, or something like that, then I will be giving them money, because I think that's a nice thing for them to be behaving that way. This tank, 0 nitrates all the time. This tank is all gravel, but it's mulm, and it built up. It was not heavily stocked for the first, I don't know, year. And then it got heavier. Now it's super loaded, and it's got a good, I mean, it's a 75 to 100 gallon filter on there. But it's nothing crazy special. The water's clean enough that freshwater sponge is growing in here. All right, let's go downstairs. You can see I also built multi-level rockery when I built this thing, and I've hid sponges and more surface area all throughout here, so that helps. The last thing is these guys are little reed tetras, and sometimes people call them kitty tetras. That's a different fish usually, depending on the store. But these are technically reed tetras, like that's their name originally. And they school really well. They school with ember tetras. They school with Corydora habrosis and all that stuff. Alex, why are your fish always sick? My fish aren't sick. What are you talking about? My fish isn't sick. I have a lot of fish. I mean, inevitably, when you have 200 and some fish all the time, or 500 fish, whatever it is, you have a few that get sick or have an issue. But right now, I mean, I don't think we've seen anybody sick yet. But so these guys here, the males have white pectoral fins that hang down like little streamers, kind of like the angels do, but angels have that in both genders. All right, so other side note is with the fluval light here now, this prayer plant is going to take off like a rocket. It was kind of crawling along, and also the crypt that I planted died right away. So apparently that was not a good idea. Let's try to see if we... Oh, I can see one. It's going to run. We'll be careful. I'll be quiet. So these are the leopard frog plecos. And actually, there is some sort of... I'm wondering if it's my other leopard frog pleco or my Synodontis mustard catfish that's in that log, because I want to get the other Synodontis out of here if that's the case. Let's see. So here's one. Oh, good. So this is my Synodontis. This is the Synodontis mustard cat here. And we're going to take it downstairs because I had a pair of them, and I've been waiting to find them. And it looks like I've found him. So that's the easiest way to catch a hard-to-find fish. And he is splashing around. Let's get him into his happy new home. Okay. All right. So This guy is going to go plop and drop right into here. Look at that guy. So we'll get a better view on him. Let's get the light on him and everything. And we need to get him a cave too. They don't have a cave in here yet, and that is for the sheer fact that I'm keeping an eye on them because I don't know how they're eating and everything, like, you know, how they're doing. But this is my... Can I zoom out more from this? Let's see here. Let's get the light over top of things. So we've got in here, this is my tank that has no bottom, so to speak, glass bottom. You see that ivory mystery snail? Ta-da! It just had babies the other day and laid them up here. So hopefully we'll have, there's a few of these ivory colored ones in here. But yeah, so let's see here. See that catfish there? These are a rarer, larger Synodontis. Let's try to get it to swim by the front. And I know the glare is bad. We'll try to get it to move. We've got a yellow mystery snail and some ivory ones. So I'm curious to see what color bebes they'll have. Let's climb up higher on the ladder and see what we can see. Oh, and I just dropped the light right in there. Good thing it's a waterproof light. Or I'm gonna get electrocuted. One or the other. Look at that. That's a bad sign. That's why my lights go and die all the time, right? Right, guys? That's why I buy waterproof lights. Like the Luval. Makes a difference when you do one-handed casts all the time. Now, the thing I hate about this tank is how dirty it always looks. And it's because I have basically a sponge, or yeah, Lee, it's waterproof. It'll be fine. I don't need to turn it off or anything. It actually has like a compartment. But let's get this guy showing. Come on, come out. I want to see your patterns. Get out of the glare. There we go. So, of course, the one thing it can hide behind, a moss ball. So these, I got these from Aquatic Arts 2 years ago. Literally hadn't seen them till the other day. That's how elusive they are. These are the mustard Synodontis, and there's 2 of them in here. Let's move the rock. See it. But they have, you know, nice markings. They're just so shy, and they are really aggressive when they eat and stuff. They are really aggressive. The other one is big. The male over here, see it? See how big he is? He is a bruiser compared to this one. They're the same age. They were the same size as babies, but definite bruiser of a little... I mean, it'll hide under this leaf. Let's try to get it to be visible. I just want to, you know, get these guys on film once. And I know it's dirty and grungy looking in here with all the mulm getting kicked up that never usually does. But yeah, so there's the 2 mustard Synodontis. And they are a pretty catfish. But they do get to be a good size. So, just a heads up. If you want them, they get bigger than most Synodontis. They get to be pretty big. And they still have some growing to do. But they're just so shy that they're worse than woodcats. I mean, like, they really hate humans. So let's give them some food for their troubles, right, guys? They love the carnivore pellets. That's their jam, 100%. Oh, I see some super chats that I'm missing. Hold on, I'll make sure. I'll make it right, guys, I promise. But yeah, those catfish, the other nice thing about them, the other reason why I move them there, is they eat snails. As I mentioned to you guys earlier, that tank up top, the nitrates are fine in it right now, but there are way too many baby snails that I see in it. There's a lot of dead snails in it too, but way too many baby snails. So we'll have to remedy that. But yeah, the carnivore pellets, put them in. Let's see. Those, he should smell it in a second, come right back to it usually. I know the glare's too bad to stay on here long. But yep, he smells them. Boom, he's eating them already. Got one in his mouth. And now we think he sees himself, maybe? I don't know. The other one's under here. As I'm trying to get more pellets. He's actually coming up to the glass. Now, these guys have the craziest whisker arrangement ever. They look like an evil alien monster. Cthulhu style. And they've got, like, whiskers, barbels, that have, on either side of them, they each have a bunch more barbels. Let's see here. So I missed some stuff, so let me make sure that I see it. John Doe says his fish are amazingly not sick, not like most people's. Now I may get my first tank because of using natural plants and incredibly clean displays. I was lucky to see them in person. Yeah, thanks, John. Steel Angus says, your crims, I never see my Synodontis cats so much to where I forgot about them yesterday when I brought them home. Yeah, Synodontis can be shy. I mean, the cuckoo Synodontis and stuff aren't as shy. But yeah, Isabel, I miss seeing all your fish. They look so happy and spoiled, like mine. Yeah, my fish are pretty spoiled. They are. I give them a lot of love and attention. I love them and hug them and squeeze them and name them George, like aqua balls. And then, so in here we also have the Kohaku albino platies. Everyone thinks they're swordtails. They're platies. There's actually one with the gonopodium in here. No sword. And then my line of pastel rainbow tiger, if you want to call them that, endlers. They're sorted out in here, and lots of fry. They're F3 since I've declared this strain. Look at those barbels. Aren't they freaky? Let's see if we can show that again. But yeah, these guys are also nervous, so they're washed out. But normally, they're yellow. Kind of a yellow and cream mixed together, with their face being white and their tail being yellow. So in any case, there's that. There's the baby nerites and other stuff. And the mustard nerite. Let's see here. Simple Jack, what's a real bad sign? That's a nightmare. Let's see. Pygmy breeding tank is filthy. I'm pretty sure that's why they've done so well. Yeah, some tanks are fine being dirty. Jen Yu says, thanks for your videos. I know that folks like me are isolated for the most part. They really help. Well, I'm glad to hear that because, you know, I really am too. I've got my wife, but her and I are both feeling it too. You know, the lockdown thing is going crazy. Priscilla, thank you so much for the super chat as well. I appreciate it. Alan, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. They always come flooding in all at once. Thank you guys. You guys are kinder than my catfish. Look at those whiskers. Look at those barbels. Aren't they weird? Somebody get a freeze frame on them. Look, when he puts them up again, they each barbel has its own barbel. Look at, I don't know, they kind of freak me out. Kind of freak me out. Any case, so they're eating all the carnivore pellets in one gulp. That won't be a problem for them. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take a look at yours, Steel Angus, and tell you which ones you have. Big J, what's going on, brother? Alright. Danikin, what's up? Cody, what's up? So then right here, Jerry, what's going on? I got a group of banjo cats outside in my 20-gallon tub with the heater. It's been raining all day, air temperature 48. You think the heater will be able to handle it? I believe it's 100 watts, 20 gallons. That's gonna be close. I don't know. That's right on the edge of doable. I would be careful. Keep an eye on it. It might be, it depends on how insulated that tank is. If that tank were buried in the ground, I'd say, yeah, probably. But I mean, it depends on wind, it depends on humidity, it depends if it has a lid, it depends on a lot of things. So you're just gonna have to keep an eye on it, and definitely make sure that water's circulating for sure. Xanadudu, thank you so much. We got another super chat, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Mr. Xanadudu. Do 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 do. Logan's Aquatics, what's going on, buddy? Corys are pretty easy to breed, yes. Fish don't digest bloodworm skin too well, says Lee. Interesting. I believe it. All right, so for those of you who are like, oh, your tank's dirty, your fish are all dying. No, they're not. Actually, in my tank that looks the least dirty is the tank that I have the biggest problem in right now. But, 18 tanks, and, if you got one that has a problem at a given time, I think that's fine. I don't know. Ask someone like Kenny with like 70 tanks how many fish he has with some sort of something going on. But in any case, so I got some endlers in here. We've also got the rainbow endlers with sherbet, as I'm calling them, more pastel, but they've still got the tiger markings, and they've got traits that I wanted. This one didn't have quite as good of a spade tail, so I'm crossing them now with these orange snakeskin tail endlers over here. They're like black bar snakeskin oranges. And then down here, these are, Kenny also brought me these, and these are golden cichlids, golden dwarf cichlids also. And this one came with a red gill, and I can't tell if it's burned from some sort of ammonia or a bite, or if its gill plate actually got ripped. It might have gotten ripped, but they're not fighting in my tank so much. So hopefully it'll heal. This water has 2 catappa leaves in it for them, and it's slightly acidic, so you shouldn't get a bacterial infection, but I do keep an eye on things like that because you never know. Anything else in here of interest? The little baby, the banshee, the female banshees in here. And then there's 5 of those golden dwarf cichlids, and I think I might move the golden dwarf cichlids into this tank and put caves in it for them. But it's all sand, black sand for them. So we'll see. But that's my thought. We'll see. So then, remember when we put food in this tank, there was no one around? Well, now there's people around, fish around. So here's the algae eating shrimp, the short nose algae eating shrimp from Japan. Here are the there's the black devil spike snail, as it's called, and then these are my albino pink nereids, or not nereids, ram's horns. But this one is not up to par, so I'll need to cull that one. They need to be bright pink flesh for me to keep them. But they used to have good gold color, and they're starting to get washed out. So the calcium's gotten a little too high for them. So yeah. Abigail, I have something to tell you about what your comment just was, and I'll get to it in just a sec. Also, there's the baby Habrosus corridoras that I spawned, and more of the baby shrimp are in here. The little Red Riding Hood shrimp are in here, as well as they're not a very consistent line. They throw cherries, they sure throw Rileys, they throw any red shrimp that you can think of. They're always, the red, wherever it is on them, is always of good color, but they just seem to throw all sorts of crazy colors. This one has berries. It's all got babies, and it's baby berried up. We'll see when it floats around. You'll be able to see that. And they've picked the alder cones clean, which is interesting. There's another one coming up over there. And then there's the big female algae eater, short nose algae eater, which is a long nose algae eating species. But she's got eggs, but they need salt water for their eggs. So, probably not much hope. What's up, hon? What? Honey? Oh. Sorry, guys. My wife, she said, "Hey, babe," and it was to her friend on the phone, not to me. And then she didn't respond, so I thought, "Uh-oh, what happened?" Snow in the tank. What? What's happening? Okay, all right. I'm gonna ignore it unless it has my name. But yeah. So these guys, you see all the baby plecos back there. Boost floating up here. More baby shrimp. More eggs. Yada yada. Also, in this tank, there were a lot of them, but now these are the gold nebula shrimp, the ones with the white and the darker body and the pupils, whereas the Malawas have a completely clear body. They don't have the white star pattern on it, as whatever you want to call it. So then here's another interesting tank, my favorite tank down here probably. But yes, Aquatic Arts. I was gonna keep it a secret, but somebody mentioned it, Abigail, and I mentioned it to our members who are paying members. But and hold on, let me take off my jacket. It is 80 degrees in the fish room tonight for some reason. Usually it's not that hot in here, but it is hot and humid in here tonight. Making more messes. And I'm gonna move this out of the way. Tonight may be the shakiest stream we've done in a long time filming wise. So yes, Aquatic Arts has a deal going. They only have 50 of them, but they have gift certificates. Buy a gift certificate and you get 20% off the price of a gift certificate right now. So if you buy a $100 gift certificate, it only costs you $80 and you can use it whenever. You could turn around and use it that day. You can gift it, you can hold on to it for a year, but basically you're getting money, free. So by $200, you get $40 back for free on your purchase, essentially. And the big news is when you buy it, send them an email saying, "I am from Alex's Secret History living in your aquarium," or just say, "I'm with Alex," and say, "Care to Preston." And Preston's the guy who deals with all that stuff. And they will then allow you to stack my other code on top. So you'll get 20%, 30% off everything for as long as you want. So basically, if you want to buy prepaid cards right now, it's 30% off for whatever you want to prepay right now at Aquatic Arts. You just email them, say, "I heard Alex say that I could use 10% off with the 20% off discount." Or you can even probably just say, "Alex sent me here. I just bought a gift card," and they will honor that with 30% off. The other thing they're doing is they're going to allow us, or they're going to give us some more gift cards to give out for people being decent human beings. There's someone who emailed me who won a gift card, a $25 gift card a while back, a few months ago, and never claimed it. Well, they claimed it the other day and wanted to pay it forward. Well, I said you can't do that because I'll give that person that they're paying it forward to a gift card, and I'm going to give them a gift card for being nice again. So they're both getting gift cards, and I've got another 6 to 8 to give out that are just $25 gift cards. So if you had a $25 gift card and you got 30% off your purchase at Aquatic Arts, I mean, that could add up quite a bit. And I know their shipping's expensive. That's why I always tell people, wait until you're going to buy like $100 worth of fish and then buy it. They'll be uploading new inventory as the new year starts, but right now they're a little sparse. Still have a lot of good invertebrates and plants and stuff too. But let's see here. My betta is not eating for 3 days. I've tried various food, feeding lettuce, but he always spits it out. Betta could just be doing that. I mean, they don't get much activity, generally speaking. And he could just be congested. Were you feeding bloodworms or high protein flake nonstop? Because betas, people do that so often, thinking that, oh, I bought beta food, which of course that makes sense. You buy something that says it's for betas, you assume you can feed that to betas all day. Well, you can't. It actually blocks them up, that much protein or bloodworms or whatever it may be. So you have to give them a diverse range of foods, and it actually can't just be a diverse meal each day. It needs to be like binge and purge of diversity. So maybe one day you give them algae wafer, see if they even eat that. Another day you give them a little bit of flake. Another day you give them some dry bloodworms, and then you give them some daphnia, something like that. But what I would recommend is get a little bit of garlic and a little bit of the center of a green pea. In the center of a green pea, there is a little there's two little halves of the seed germate. It's gamete. And that is what would grow into a plant. And so if you cook that, it's a real soft little thing. It's kind of shaped like a wedge of lemon or something, or a slice of apple or orange. And there's two of them at the center of a pea. And I know this sounds tedious, but what you do is you cook the pea, and then you take that little slice out. These are all coals, by the way, from my Red Riding Hood / Santa shrimp above. But in any case, take that pea and the center part, and you mash that center part up, and then you mix it with a little bit of garlic, and that will basically cause diarrhea in fish, and that will unbind their stomach, and sometimes it helps with air bladder issues, or when they get egg bound, it can sometimes help unkink their system. But try that first, and then message me if that doesn't work. But usually I say don't worry until day 5 with fish. Sometimes fish are just weird. But yeah, another thing that's not going to hurt is a salt dip. Just look up like a mild salt dip. And also putting a catappa leaf or some tannins in. Yeah. Yeah, dude, Abigail, I know. It's tempting to get... I was thinking the same thing. If I had $500 to spend, I would totally get a $500 gift card right now. You'd save $100, and then you'd get another 10% off on top of that when you use my code at checkout. So, and then you just wait for it to be in the clearance section or something on top of that, which is like 50% off. You could seriously get a fish for like 10% of cost if you did it strategically with them. So that was going to be a members only hint for 2 days. They have at least 50 of those gift cards that they're going to allow to be bought at $100 a pop. So yeah, gift card just about pays for shipping, so it's like you win free shipping. I think shipping's a little more than that actually, but yeah, I feel what you mean. Hey Bob, how's it going? I hope you're doing well, Bob. Yeah, Lee knows the P trick. He knows. Alan Bauer, free money can be bad. I don't want to get political up in a hurry. Oh boy, we're not going to get political. Yeah, so try the P trick. That's an old one. Let's see here. $500 gift card at 30% off is $350. I would do that heck of a way to save on some fish, and then you wait for a sale and you get like $700 worth of fish. Yeah, Steel Angus, 100%. Just email them and tell them that you got it through me, and then they're gonna try to make it so you can stack it. Codes. Now, right now you can't stack codes at checkout with that gift card. But the other thing is, our channel, we get more gift cards to give away 100% free to you guys based on how much money I bring in from the channel. So that's why I like to get the credit for it. And I mean, obviously they send me some free fish, or they'll say, oh, don't worry about shipping, you bought $100 worth of fish or whatever. But you know, I have perks. I try to be transparent when they send me something, like those half beaks they sent me. I totally got those free. Before that, the shrimp I got free. The other stuff I bought myself. But yeah, so I thought I'd, mention that. So in here, we've also got from Redfish Bluefish, Jason up in Woodby Island. We've got the beautiful neon tetras, blue neon tetras, longfin goldfish style. There's another longfin variant in Europe now too that doesn't have the tail with the flare like that. And it's more of just two fins that are long. Then we've got some Fongzi Rasboras. We've got Pseudomagil luminatus up in here. We've got Japanese blue endlers males in here. We've got more gold nebula shrimp. Got those from Aquatic Arts. These guys are my favorite algae eaters. Super peaceful, and they reproduce really easily. They live in a wide array of temperatures. Also, we've got a couple straggler rice fish in here that are the redhead, redcap rice fish, and some more endlers that I'm going to try to catch and get out of there. Ew, that one's pooping. And then all the gobies. So we've got the gobies and the red twig catfish, the red lizard catfish as it were. And I really love them. They know that this is their plant that matches their color. There's 3 of them, and they're never more than an inch or 2 away from that plant. Now, I tried hiding the plant underneath a bag, and then I took a leaf from the plant that was loose, like one of these, and they all zoomed over to the leaf. So it was funny. They know. They can see color well. And then the gobies, these are all from Aquatic Arts too. So are the red lizard cats. Also, these crypts are doing really well. There's no ammonia in this tank to burn them. Still got 2 power heads running. And then there's also a pleco in here that is a Alinquer Imperial pleco. Imperial droid. No, pleco. And yeah, it's a nice fish, happy fish, good fish. Let's feed the top fish just a little bit, just because I feel... Oh, wait. I guess I left one of the things upstairs, but... Oh, we were going to check which shrimp food they liked. It looks like all the other things other than shrimp are eating. Nothing other than some babies are eating the Shrimp King shrimp food compared to the random pellet here. I guess there's... Nope, these are the Hikari pellets. They've just ripped them apart. So there's a redhead shrimp there. This one's about to molt tonight, I would hope, because it's a full moon. This one's that one there is got a big saddle. It's going to be buried tonight, I'm sure. The one on the cable is buried. And I need to get the yellow one out of there. It's a yellow female. Now, she's not ready to be buried again, but I want to get her out of there. So this one, you can see no saddle waiting. I love that they have a little window in their saddle. But look at how few eggs these ones have. So one thing that annoys me about these red-headed or Santa or Little Red Riding Hood or whatever you want to call them, shrimp, are that they only have a couple babies, like 10 to 15 eggs at a time generally. And they seem to stay a little smaller. And they take a while to grow. Like the babies here, that's going to be a bred really. You can see it's not true. See that? So that, I don't know, the line is frustrating. And so that's why this tank has all the random morphs of red fish in there. Plus all the Malawa shrimp. And again, what are they eating? I put the other Shrimp King food over here. We've got... Oh, they're snails. So we've got some Malaysian trumpet snails eating there, and Synodontis, it looks like. And then all through here, where the actual Hikari crustacean food or the carnivore pellets are, we've got all the other little guys eating. Now, these guys have learned to eat stuff other than... This is a Synodontis neon gold or neon blue. I can't tell right now with the lighting the way it is. But it's got the yellow fins and the blue body. I can't see if its body's got gold on it too. Yeah, it's the neon gold. You can see the gold in the tail. But they're a nice one. And then also I got some erythromicrons the other night at Aquarium Co-op. These are my existing ones. They're all bigger. There's one of the new ones right there. But one of them looks like it's got the erythromicron wasting disease, which is so common. And I really asked for them to try to catch me one without those symptoms. But I don't know. It's hard to say. It could just be a skinny one. But now I was reading in a magazine, I think it was Amazonas Online, they had an article talking about how 40% of erythromicrons now are coming into the wholesalers in our country with that wasting disease, and they don't know what's causing it. It's specific to them. And CPDs, you guys might have noticed that CPDs have gotten pretty expensive too. So here's my Blue Dreams. These are originally a Lucas Bretz line. And then all my Panda Loaches. So this one is getting near its adult color. Remember how they were perfectly little striped guys like that one? Well, this is the North Fork variety. And so they don't turn super tan and lose their black totally. This collection point actually stays pretty true. But they will kind of get that keyhole or zigzag pattern of the black and white. I think it's still really cool. So yeah. And the other thing that we saw like a week ago was that we have a ton of buried female blue dwarf shrimp right now. And also, I can't see for sure right now. I'm not seeing a ton of babies hanging out right now. But the panda loaches don't eat shrimp. The panda loaches, this is their meal. So all those planaria that are coming out, and everyone says, ew, they're going to kill everything in your tank. Everything's going to die. No, that's how I got these little panda loaches so fat so quickly. They were less than half an inch long when I bought them. That's how I got them so cheap, too. But yeah, so they're sniffing around, doing their thing. They're eating baby planaria. They will eat the big planaria, but the baby planaria is like their jam. They love it when I kick it up, and that's going on. Let's see here. Alyssa says, I hatch so much baby brine shrimp that my bettas basically eat that every 36 hours, and then they snack on rapashi or veggies. I feed to the plecos. Yeah, that's a great way to do it, Alyssa, for sure. Chris Pinto, thank you so much. Panda loaches, yep. Panda loaches. They're my favorite nano fish. I think. I don't know. It used to be CPDs or erythromicrons. But these panda loaches, at night, they all snuggle up and they get together. In the day, they start playing around up in the algae. They need a ton of biofilm, and they do need live food to really flourish. I've gotten them to spawn several times. I've only gotten 2 babies to survive, though, in years of trying. So they are tricky. I know there's one German guy who was able to get them to spawn. Steel Angus says, I bought a shrimp water conditioner. It says to use 5 milliliters per gallon of water. Does that seem right to you? It seems like a lot. Is it the new Fluval brand one? Because I saw that too. And it made me go, huh, that's a lot considering how much prime you put in stuff. Let's see here. Hold on. Back, killing me. I thought I had a bottle of it. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's methylene blue. Here we go. Aqueon, never mind, not Fluval. There is a Fluval version. But this wants a whole 5 milliliter cap, the white cap, not the blue one. The blue one I think has 15 milliliters. But the inside cap, it wants 5 milliliters. So there's, I don't know, maybe 20 doses in this bottle in that case. It's either really watered down or I don't know. But, I mean, it seems fine. I got both kinds. One is Shrimp Tank Plus. The other one is Shrimp Essentials. They're very similar. This one has a water conditioner in it and the elements. They're the same price. One has a Caridina on it. The other one has a Neo Caridina. I don't know what the heck the deal is. I thought I'd try them out. But I need to do more experimenting and figure that one out. Let's see here. All right, on to the new tank again. These are the little neorites that don't make a mess. You can see this. We have females in here, and it's been in here what 2 weeks now. This tank's been set up, and there are a couple little white dots. One there, and that's about it. I mean, these little zebra horn neorites are pretty good. And they eat, I would say they eat as much as the Filipino red racers. Now, this tank I'm going to do a video on. You guys probably remember, I had it planted and it looked like a carpet was growing. I've got CO2 running. I've got fertilizers. I've now got a fluvolite, which is kind of a little late. I should have had it from the start. And we've got plecos feeding. We've got the neorites. There's another one. They come in several varieties, the horned neorites. We've got a Daniel in here to eat the bigger copepod type stuff that could start growing, along with another Endler. And then we've got an Otto in here somewhere. Where's the Otto? Where's my Otto Sinkless? Oh, he's right up there. So he's chilling, but I thought it was pretty telling. Look at this rock. Look how clean its trail is. This snail today, in the last few hours, went like this. That's the path it took. This one went like this. Look at how much algae this little snail has eaten in probably 4 hours. They do poop a lot, but I mean, look at that. It cleared off that whole shelf, and it's coming back around. Coming back around again, and it ate all the flat shelf too. But you can see algae's growing. Why is algae growing, Alex? I thought you said you were going to teach us how to stop things from melting and how to stop that. Well, no. Even if you know all of that, it still can happen. What happened is the TDS is like 5 in this tank. It's like nothing. And when I move wet plants, it wasn't the tissue culture plants as much it was the plants in a 150, 200 TDS tank that just fell apart. The pink flamingo melted. That one is just a really hard one. I knew that one might melt. And then the cardinal and the cardinal lobelia and the glosso, it has kind of died, but what it's done is it's gone to its inoculation point, and then it'll spread back out. So there's roots under here that'll spread back out. That's just a matter of waiting, but it's going to be important for me to clean up all the little doodads of floating junk. You know, this is so important to get out of there, because that's going to make ammonia, which is going to burn the plants. But you can also see some of the things are growing really well. So it's kind of, I'm going to make an episode on it exclusively. Now, this is no CO2, very low light. Evo, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Survival of dry cory egg. Got a plant and egg leaves. I would say 0. If it's been dry for more than, 2 hours or an hour, I would say no. But if it was in really high humidity, maybe. But if it's cloudy, you know that it's no good. If it's clear still, then give it a shot. Put it in the water. Lee, 2:30 a.m. I have my orders to go to bed from Sue. All right, good night, Lee. I love you, buddy. Madman with the keys to the madhouse. Let's see here. Alex, CPDs are up in price. I'm trying to breed them right now. I'm getting them to spawn, but I'm not taking the females out, so I'm not getting the babies. They get eaten. Yeah, I have a couple people, including Jack Blackman, if he's on here. I don't know if he's listening right now, but he actually gets he just got his first bunch to spawn, and he's a new fish keeper this year. I think maybe 6 to 9 months he's been in the hobby, and he has been watching my videos, and he followed my spawning videos, and he got his to spawn. And I always like hearing that. It's good when someone gets success like that. But he's he's removing the females and he's priming them too. But I've got videos on how to do that if you want to know. Mercedes Kennedy, I just got 2 female bettas and the other community fish. I'm trying to keep my male with them. I'm keeping him in a cup so he'll get used to them. First he was very aggressive. Yeah, sometimes that works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I feel like plop and drop works just as well as trying to introduce bettas. I don't know. But yeah, the cup method will at least diffuse it for the moment being. Steel Angus, do you have an email or Facebook so we can talk about that tank conditioner? It's what I have. I'm just scared it'll kill everything I have in the tank. It's not going to kill everything you have in the tank. It's probably just mostly water. That tank conditioner, I mean, yes, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me in the comments here and I'll respond. But the tank conditioner, I don't know anything about it other than what the bottle says. I have tried using 5 caps in a 5-gallon tank, or 5 milliliters. That being said, I didn't see any effects either way. So if your shrimp look healthy, don't add stuff. People always add stuff all the time to their tanks, even when their tanks are okay. They think that they could get better or something. I got that Fluval for this Fluval, sorry guys, for Christmas. So yeah, that's what I got for Christmas from my wife. Super nice. For Real Fish Keeping, how's it going, Monica? Good to see you here. Welcome. But yeah, so I need to figure out stocking on this. Obviously, I'm probably going to add some more algae eating critters because there's going to be a lot of it. And then here, and also it's in a red light right now to try to keep the algae down a bit. But it'll go back to blue light and look better, look more sparkly, dazzly, lovely. And then this tank is, I haven't done a tank like this in years, but it's just fluorite sand and stone and some low-tech plants and a HOB and a low-tech light. So we'll see what happens. This is the Aquion light, the planted light. It's just super low power compared to everything else that I usually run. So yeah. Let's see here. Scrolling down. We are not going to do anything special with the fish in either one of these bowls, because they're hard to see with the glare, but they are the Florida pygmy sunfish. Should I buy a gift card from Aquatic Arts this week or order from the Wet Spot because a wider range of oddball fish, particularly eyeing the mud fish and SA puffer? I would do the Aquatic Arts because of the crazy deal, but if Wet Spot has what you want and you want it now, and they have it now, they're not going to ship until there's going to be probably a 5 to 10 day back order with Wet Spot. They're going to be delayed quite a bit. Wet Spot will be more backed up than Aquatic Arts. Aquatic Arts, even though they said they weren't shipping, they did send some orders out to just clear the backlog. But they're not shipping right now. Like that was a while ago. But they'll take probably 3 days to get back up and running and on top of things. But they say 1 to 6 business days before they even process your order after the 4th of January. Both of them do. I think it's 1 to 9 maybe on the Wet Spot now. And when I talked to their manager, when I was ordering them for Kenny to pick up and bring me, they said that it had been extremely busy. So I would maybe wait on the Wet Spot till February or something like that. If you don't live nearby it. If you live in Oregon or Washington or Northern California, then maybe you'll get it reasonably soon. But that's just my 2 cents. It has a huge selection compared to Aquatic Arts. It really does. They are the wholesaler to so many stores. They are the Cichlid Exchange. So I can't say I mean, they're apples and oranges trying to compare the two, but I would do the thing if there's things you do like at Aquatic Arts, that's a killer deal. 30% off is a killer deal for any time in the future, essentially. Secret History Living in Your Aquarium, I super glue Riccia, I take it that's like fluitons or something, on rocks, and my CPD and erythromycon spawn every day. I remove the rock and put a new one in with new Riccia, and I have at least 35 babies. That is so awesome, Isabel. That sounds great. That sounds perfect. Yivo, I like LED lights much more than the other ones now. And also, I don't think, Chris, that thank you for the super chat, buddy, for $2.99 super chat. I'm Chris Pinto. Pinto is also a type of Caridina shrimp. In your opinion, do ghost shrimps hunt Neo-Caridina shrimps? No. Ghost shrimps don't do much of anything other than die. They eat a little algae too. No, they just don't do much in my experience with them. In here, I had some Danios, and I don't know if anything has spawned. I haven't really looked yet. It was 3 days ago, so they'd probably still be wrigglers, and they're probably down in that mulm still, under the marbles. So probably have to wait a little longer before I see if anything came from putting the lovebirds together in there. Let's see here. Eek. Alright, so clearly more. These are painted fire reds with the razorback line. So they've got kind of a pink razor line on them. And they have weird little pupils. They have like a white of their eye. If I can show you guys. Some of them do. If you can see, they got like a little white outline on their eye. So, they're a different line than my other cherries. Neither one is a Bloody Mary, I don't think, line. But, yeah. And then we've got some of the blue snails in here. But they're not... I need to cull them pretty heavily. And lots of babies up in a boot. And then the Scarlet Batis are in there somewhere. The Scarlet Batis are eating a lot of these shrimp. I do know that. So I probably am not getting any baby shrimp right now with the Scarlet Batis being adult now. Or almost adult. And those are going to be going to Jesse over in Oahe. Then in here we've got my green jade shrimp. Now Aquatic Arts has these green jades. And they are, like I said, the best quality green jades I've ever come across. Hands down. Better than even the stuff I saw in Europe. I mean, they're just... Look at... Oh, I can't zoom in. But there's a little green baby on that rock. And it is so green. It is like glowing like a little chip of glass. Some are more of this forest or hunter green kind of thing. And then some have the little gold back. That's the only thing that differs. But yeah, they're doing really well. It's just in a non-heated tank, they're not growing fast. Abigail says, in my experience, ghost shrimp hunt anything. I've seen them kill Neos, snatch fish as they swam by. Wow. I've never seen that. I mean, I guess we should define what ghost shrimp are. To me, they're always the clear 50-cent feeder shrimp that you get at like Petco. There are about 50 species that they do sell called that though. If they're the ones native to the southern United States, that's going to be different than the ones that like Petco carries, but like local pet stores have often. So I guess we should clarify that. But some ghost shrimp, I guess there are some mean ones. Amanos, to me, are the meanest of the little dwarf or pygmy shrimp. They're jerks. They will steal food. They'll pull legs off. I've just seen them be jerks so many times. So yeah, but I would listen to that then. If someone says that they do hunt, I mean, don't listen to me because I don't know what you have, I guess. Let's see here. Steel Angus, ghost shrimp sole purpose in life is just to die, either being eaten or just by dying. Every ghost shrimp I've had killed everything that got close, eventually gave them all away because they wouldn't die. Nothing would eat them. Abigail. What kind of ghost shrimp were they, Abigail? Do you know the species name? Or were they, a mono shrimp that you're thinking of? Because a mono shrimp get big, they get like 2 inches long. They get strong. They got like a strong shell, and they're just jerks. Um, Jessica P says no double discount at Aquatic Arts, either 20% or you're 15, or not both. Not true, Jessica. I just talked to them today. So on the gift card, you get 20% off on the gift card. Buy it, and you can't use my code buying the gift card. You just get 20% off automatically buying the gift card. So buy the gift card, and then when you redeem the gift card, usually you can't use the codes with the gift card with their system. But you can with mine if you email them when you buy the gift card and say, hey, Alex told me to buy the gift card. Then they'll turn on a special code for you that will give you at least the 10% off. It might even be the 15% off. 15% off code is for people who've never been there before. I don't know. You could try the secret history, all caps, with 15 after it. But I know 10%. So that's 30% off. So Jessica, you cannot stack my discount on the 20 and then turn it in and then use the 20 again. You can't use my code twice on the transaction, but you can buy the gift card, which doesn't need a code, so that's 20% off. So say that's an $80, $100 gift card, or a $45, right? Or wait, 20% off. No, a $40, 50. So for $40, you get a $50 gift card, for instance. And buy that, email them, say Alex told me about the gift card, or Secret History told me about the gift card. Then they will activate it, and whenever you use that, you can use my all caps Secret History 10, and you'll get another 10% off. If not the 15, you may be able to use the all caps Secret History 15, but he didn't clarify that. But yes. So yeah, Jess. That's why it's a really good deal. Death to all ghost shrimp. When you tried the gift card online, then put in the Secret History 15 code, it turns red. It always says that it's already discounted. Better to buy the gift card than use the code. That makes sense. There's the problem is that on their side, their actual software, like they didn't program it. It's a pre-made like Shopify or one of those things, and you can't use discount codes when you're already using a gift card code in the past. But they did find a way to activate it. It's just they have to go in and do it to your card number. So that's why you want to email them and say, Alex told me. And then the other thing they'll do is they'll say, okay, well, someone from Secret History living in your aquarium bought a $100 gift card or $25 gift card. They can be a gift, or you can just use them yourself. I want to buy some for myself for later in the year. Because like you said, I buy $500 and I only have to spend $350 on it in the end, at the end of the day, at the end of all of it. And I get $500 worth of fish. And then I wait for it to go on clearance if it's something that doesn't sell out. If it's not a popular fish, like some oddball that just nobody wanted for some reason. And I got my, for instance, they had, what were they? These Turkish blue angels. They got all the way down to $4. They started at 15. So you know that they bought them at that $4, and that's their clearance price. But if you did that, and you don't need a code when something's on clearance, I mean, man, you could clean up if you did it strategically. So it's a pretty sweet deal, and that's why I was telling my channel members as a perk. But cat's out of the bag. Now everyone knows. Sorry, channel members. I mean, you can still use it, obviously, but yeah. Turkish blue angel. This is another granddaughter, And then this guy came from Petco, actually. And then in here we have every type of Danio you can imagine, plus some Malaysian blue daisy sunfish. But in here we've got a sculpide, we've got Hikari, we've got uh, Chopra, we've got Reneo, we've got um, Kythit, we've got the other zebra morphs with the long fins. We've got like every kind of freaking one you can think of in there. As far as I think I've got, and then we've got the Maytangensis, and we have the Lake Inlay Shannensis Danios, and we have the Erythromicron Danios in here. Yeah, it's just a Danio love fest in here. Danios serve as my power head in this silly tank. Also, here are the 67 little fish that that mama blue panda longfin guppy had. Looks like some are missing from 67, but I feed them the aquarium co-op fry food, by the way, and they like that. Look, those Daniels are so bold, they will try to snag that big old pellet. Are they going to try it again? And then we've also got some cribs. These are the melatonistic cribs. So they're not like black, but they just have a tendency. They're a darker variety. And so if you kept trying to bring out that trait, you might eventually get some like, black cribs. Although I don't think I've ever seen full black cribs. Also, we've got some tiger barbs back here, the leucistic. They're not actually albino, but they sell them as quote-unquote albino. We've got a giant Siamese algae eater that is not the reticulated kind. It's the kind that's a pain in my butt that just is an ass and just is mean to everyone. And I wish I didn't have him. Someone with like a mean tank with like, I don't know, Jack Dempsey's, hit me up. You can have my fish. And we've got the orange or red eye lemon tetras back there. The longfin Danios are pretty, even though they're common and they're only like $1 or $2. And then we've got a male peacock gudgeon here. Look at his colors. He's got that black underlining on him. We should see some of the barbs, the African barbs in here soon. And we should, there's one right there. And then we should see one of the multi-lined border loaches come out of hiding in a moment too. So we'll see if we see them. But this tank needs a trim. You can see the angels can go all over back in there. Someone was like, "You're so mean to your angels." But yeah, so there's also in here, there's plecos. There's like 6 peacock gudgeons, I think, now. And a couple of them have little spawning hidey holes, but the babies keep getting picked off. Here's another big SAE. You can see its tail. But this is the reticulated kind. See, it doesn't have a stripe on its whole body. But they're just lazy. I don't know. They get old and they don't want to eat any algae, and they're just lazy jerks. Alright, let's see here. Hashtag free plug. Yeah, for sure. Does anyone have platies? I used to. This blue daisy male looks really nice. So I've got a bunch of blue daisies in here too. Like I said, the Malaysian variety. They need to be warmer than normal rice fish. I learned that they don't do well otherwise. And then this is kind of interesting. I've never seen the gill plate be purple or pink on a male. So that's kind of an odd little subtlety. But this is the melatonistic male. This is a normal pulcher. Pelvicochromis pulcher or a cribensis pulcher. The other one's over there. Alright, so that's this tank. and it needs a trim. I'm gonna skim all this. I kind of want to reset everything, to be honest with you. Also, like the beautiful red tiger, Crypspiralis and stuff. I want to kind of make it stand out more. I love this plant. Um, the Rotala, or sorry, there's a Hydra, Hygrophila rubra here. This stuff, it starts looking like pot leaves underwater. It gets starting looking jagged up at the crown. I like that stuff a lot. And the blue Hygrophila. And then this is the Furcata Kabamba, Furcata Fire. And then I've got the Furcata Rainbow, which is same type, just a different morph. The Mayaka is growing out of control. And then lots of Ludwigias. And then, yeah, I don't know. The colors are all whack. When you look in the aquarium, look at you, Mr. Bagger. I see you. It's weird. He'll kiss my finger, weirdo. Oh, and then the bettas are back here. So there's one there, and there's another one on the other side. Male and female. So we'll see what they do. I don't know. And then over here, this tank, last tank, we've done the tour, guys. All 18 tanks. Bye-bye, Isabel. Abigail. Melanistic, yes. Melatonistic. Yeah, no, I can't say it. I've got mumbly mouth. Pot leaves, what are they? Oh, it's Hygrophila rubra. The crowns of it look like little pot leaves. So this tank has a crazy amount of shrimp in it. And a lot of pregnant ones. These are Malawa shrimp mostly. And these are the tough shrimp you'll find. And I think pound for pound, these will probably eat more algae and have more babies than any other species of shrimp I've ever had. Look at all the buried females here. They look like freaking buffalo on the plains grazing. Buried. Well, buried. Buried back there. Another buried one over there. There's a Pandagara. What's up, dude? Another buried couple fighting off the Pandagara like warriors. And then we've got the longfin pepper, blue pepper cories in here. And I was hoping they'd spawn in here. They can eat as many shrimp as they want, I suppose. But I mean, look at all these shrimp. The Sawassertong and the no filter, I think, is the key. Literally, I mean, you can see there's a cloudiness to this tank. Kind of like Lucas Bretz non-filtered tanks. But, I mean, it's doing okay. I don't do water changes on it either. This is my kind of like, let's see what happens tank. And this did have a bunch of Danios in it, but now I'm just letting it chill. Just letting it chill. Isabel says, oh, I'm staying, Alex. Love your streams. Well, thank you so much. Joe Black, looking for coral platies. Can't help you there, but I like platies. I want to get some Lima platies. Whoa, no, what are you doing? You're jumping to your death. This is a mystery snail with someone riding him. But yeah, mystery snails, they're so cool, like their body underneath. They're just so foreign. Just like that thing's related to us somewhere in the history of life on Earth. Weird. This tank's got mostly crypts, one sword, but mostly crypts in it. And some scraggly Ludwigias. And then lots and lots of shrimp everywhere. Just more shrimp all over every surface in this tank. More shrimp. I like these Malawas, though, because they've got little gonzo eyeballs. Look at them go. They kind of do a little crab walk, too. I have not done Epsom salt and magnesium for like specifically for my substrate. I don't need to in that I preload all my tanks and substrates before I set them up. If you watch how I set up a tank, you'll see that like I layer in all sorts of stuff. Father Fish does it, and I mean I put iron. I put iron and the ferts that are in here, and whether they're dry or not. I go over that in that video of where I'm setting up this aquascape here, or for that matter, this one. When I set it up 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now, it has a whole layer of red lava rock and then rock with iron in it and magnesium in it. That I went out of my way to find rock that had manganese and magnesium. And then I went out of my way to find some stuff that's like power sand from ADA, but it's a little bit different. It's the same, but it's a different. And then let's see what else is going on. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I put those little the little gold dwarf cichlids in that bottom tank? I'm kind of like I kind of want Shelly's. Um, Kevin says, "What do you use for internal parasites when you're out of medication for a temporary time until you get some money?" You can't do much about that. Just try to keep them fed. Just try to keep them fed. If they're not eating, they're probably past the point of bringing back anyways, because they're not going to eat medicine if they don't eat the food they like. So just feed them the food they really like, and add a catappa leaf to kind of keep them healthy, keep their slime coat healthy. If you can, feed them live food, salt baths too, but methylene blue in small amounts will work. The old timers used to do that. And if it's not a shrimp and there's no shrimp in your system, copper is an parasitic, as is garlic. But Mercedes, that is kind of the first most affordable testing kit is $40, but it'll last you for, I mean, if you have one tank, it'll last you for 10 years. But if you have 18 tanks, it'll last you maybe 6 months to a year. I don't like the strips, but another little tip is if you have these strips, cut them in half lengthwise. Like, I've had these strips sitting here, and the only reason I use these is if any pink shows up in the nitrates section, then I know it's probably higher than it says it is. It's probably like up here. But these strips, I don't like any of the strips. The ammonia strips are okay. They will tell you if you have ammonia. But really the liquid tests are where it's at as far as to know for sure. But I mean, look for someone on Facebook or Buy Nothing, or maybe you've got a Facebook group locally that's like buy, sell, trade, swap kind of thing, or Buy Nothing kind of group, and maybe someone's selling for $20 an entire fish tank setup, and they probably have cleaning supplies and the test kits. I've bought entire tanks to get test kits that were like used once. So these guys, I'm trying to decide if I want to move these guys. And now that I got these, they were a good price and pretty inexpensive, but I'm not blown away by what they look like. And they're kind of interesting to watch, but I don't know. I kind of wish I'd bought Shelly's instead. Shelly's are way more expensive, but I still wish I'd bought them. What are those mustard cats doing? I don't see them. They are hiding. Even without the cave, they are hiding. Weird. So yeah, that kind of concludes the tour, ladies and gentlemen. Use the emergency slides on either side of the plane. I hope you guys are having a good night, and I hope that this went okay and that life is good and that's way too close and hi, that's better. Dr. Pepper, the brand that will never sponsor me. Yeah, I know you only have one tank. I figured Mercedes. I know it's hard. It's expensive. The test kit is expensive, but the liquid test kit is the way to go. Most local stores will test the water for you, but I would request if they have one to make them do the liquid test and bring in a good amount of liquid water for them. And don't just get it from the top of your water. Like submerge a bottle and just get some good central water. You know, don't get it from just skimming the top or just the very bottom with a turkey baster or a siphon. You know, get some water, move it around a bit, and then get some water so that it represents kind of general water in the tank. You'll get pockets of different things in the tank at different points. Also, those mystery snails. Let's see, can we do an upside down mystery snail egg inspection? Come on. Where is it? I don't understand what's happening. Oh, there it is. Whoa. Flip me upside down. But thank you so much, guys. Have a good night. Do the aquatic arts thing if you want to save something. I'll probably harp on it again because it's such a killer deal. I'm going to definitely do it. I just need to get more money together. And that's kind of all my fish right now. It's kind of what I'm dealing with. I've sold some fish, traded others. Want to get some blue seam plecos again. And I want to breed some more nano fish again. I want to get some CPDs also. Don't have any of those. And maybe Medacas I could get rid of. I feel like I've got a lot of Medacas. What kind of mustard cat? It's a Synodontis mustard cat. If you Google that, it'll show up on Aquatic Arts. I don't remember the Latin name right now, honestly. Believe it or not, I don't know all the Latin names of things. I don't know if anyone has asked, but what kind of shelves do you have, Alex? Yes, you're concerned about getting a good one. Don't concern yourself with my choices if you're worried. These will only hold what I have. So I use felt and either hardboard, press board that's 1/8 of an inch for like making posters and signs. And then like cardboard under that, and then a felt or vellum or any sort of fabric blanket or fleece, whatever. That's a fleece blanket. And then this is wire racks, but it's rated to hold 350 pounds or 400 pounds on each shelf. Same with this stuff. It was $54, $56 for each shelf, and it goes 7 feet high. I didn't put all the shelves on it because I wanted more room for my hand. But yeah, it's supposed to hold 400 pounds a shelf. And so like a 30 I wouldn't put on there. Even though that rating is supposed to hold double that rating by the safety regulations in America and Europe as well. But I wouldn't trust it just because of the way these wires are. If too much weight's like right here, it's gonna crumple in this weak spot compared, or I should say here, versus like right here where everything meets and there's a joist. And like a rimless tank like this one, I've got an old cutting board mat underneath that's not super rigid but rigid enough to disperse that weight, because otherwise it could easily snap. And that isn't there. You can see there's about a 2 to 3 millimeter difference in the height of the water from side to side over 2 feet. Thank you, mods. I appreciate it. I really do. And thank you, super chatters. I really appreciate it. You'll send me some CPDs, Jerry? Oh my goodness, I'd be really excited about that. I would love that. Oh wow. All right, guys. Passion fruit or passionate fruit. Wait until those golden-eye dwarf cichlids color up. Males look like mini electric blue acaras. Yeah, they do. And breeding dress is outstanding. Okay, I'll hold on to them. Okay. Yeah, I know. I fall in love with even the plainest fish, anyways. But yeah, Zen Ginger, hey, good to see you. I will tell my wife Merry Christmas and hello. CPD is a Celestial Pearl Danio. Um, let's see here. Thank you so much, Jerry. You can message me and we can figure something out probably. All right, guys. Wait, Alex, did you see the video that Corey was talking about his 800-gallon, which is full of crypts, saying that he has the lights off most of the time, no fertilizers in the plants? Yeah, he grows crypts. Most crypts are fine with that. Crypts, I mean, here, sorry, side tangent. Look at my crypts. They actually get ammonia burn, so they do better in sand. I have crypts growing in sand doing way better than the crypt that's not in sand, that's in Eco-Complete. Same with over here. My pink flamingos fried. They got too much ammonia from the substrate. Even the adult submerged form, too much substrate. Look how it's doing. Or too much ammonia. Crypts are very fidgety. You need a tank that's like a year old. And I'm learning that. I didn't know where the line was here. Like some of the crypts did okay. That were like the green spiralis and the red spiralis were fine. But the tiger spiralis, fried. The pink flamingo, fried. But then down here, low tech, the crypts are looking okay. So, and low light over here, cold water, crypts are looking okay. Crypts are a funky thing. They're very slow metabolizers. And so too much phosphate, which controls metabolism, will cause them to have metabolizing errors and problems. And as I said over here, this is mostly crypts. See how big they are? Lucas Bretz, mostly crypts. In his really low tech. I mean, no filter on this tank. This is a low power light. Old substrate, but it is cap, and that is a deep substrate bed that's probably 3 inches deep. Yeah, crypts are a funky one. They melt easily. They're fidgety. I should make a video about them because they are very tricky. Here's more crypts in here. More crypts in here. They don't need high-tech stuff. So almost every plant that Corey at Aquarium Co-op sells is a easy plant. Even if it says easy, medium, beginner, in the range of all the plants that we have in the hobby, it's most of the stuff at Aquarium Co-op is in that range of for someone who's been in the hobby a year, and it would be easy, medium, hard for them. He doesn't keep things for them. He doesn't keep things like Rotala wallachia, blood vomit, Eriocalin, Polaris. He's not going to keep those ones that need CO2 and things. They don't ship well. They die. Most people will kill them. And even when you know what you're doing, it's easy to kill them. So it's definitely, it's true that his crypts are doing fine in his 800. Snails do need air. But they can get it from very low amounts of oxygen in the water, very low amounts of dissolved oxygen, and they'll just go to the top and take a sip if they need it. Yes, from watching your videos, I learned how to transfer aquatic plants to air. That's what I've done for the plants, and it's recovering now. Good, super glad to hear it. My Crypspiralis is in a Magitarium, so that's Petco brand sand. It has gone crazy in the last 4 months. Yeah, they like sand. They like low nutrients. They grow so slow. They need all the nutrients over the course of their life. So in a year, his plants could die if he doesn't dose some fertilizer. But they don't need a lot of nitrogen. They don't need a lot of anything. They just need a little bit of everything. Let's see here. All right. Can you plant in the substrate after a tank has aged? The sand cap uh, has aged. The sand cap. Can you break the cap? Yeah, no, it's great. That's the whole point of the sand cap in a tank, is that things are sinking down but not coming back up. And so it is a locked-in layer of nitrates, nitrites, ammonia, all that stuff. When you puncture the cap though, you can kick up that stuff into the water. So you want to do a water change, and you don't want to like excavate a big pit. You want to just use tweezers or one finger and just carefully put the plants in. You don't want to rip the whole cap off. Yeah, so that's that. Alex, Corey has a recent video of plants with very little light. Cool stuff. Yeah, yeah, totally. Those crypts don't need light either. In high light, they'll get colors that you could never imagine, and a lot of his plants you'll never see do that. But a good, you can look at the aquascapes online, the Takashi Amanos and the ADA aquascaping contest winners of last year, the last 10 years. Go to Tom Barr, the Barr Report website, if you really want to see high-tech plants. And you'll see some just incredible plants that you're like, whoa, look at those colors. But the amount of work is remarkable. It's very, very intense. So there is a caveat to that yes, it will live. Your plants will live. Your crypts will live with no light or low light. No light for up to a few weeks, actually, some of them, because they live in the bottom of the jungle in India and Indonesia. I think my computer's getting laggy, so I gotta go, guys. But I will talk to you later. Yes, I need a dab says, plant into the sand and not the soil. The soil can burn the roots off the plant. Yes, it can if you're using an active substrate. If you're using fluval stratum or fluoride or something like that, then you don't have to wonder too much. Right on. What club are you in, Filigree Aquatics? I'd love to try to see it online if Tom Barr's presenting. Bought too many plants, Xanadu. Yeah, well, look at my life, Xanadu. I've got jungles all over the place, so I understand. All right, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, lurkers. Thank you, mods. Everybody, thank you. Oh, Sacramento, that's his hometown, basically. Right on, right on. Have an awesome night, guys. I gotta get out of here. I gotta spend time with the wife and the wife and fish. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for a great impromptu live stream. I'll be on tomorrow at 4. We'll have a subject also. And if you want to save some money, do that Aquatic Arts thing. Buy a gift card now. Don't use my code now. Email them that you bought it because of me. And then when you're at checkout, then use my Secret History 10, all caps, no spaces, and get that total of 30% off. Anyone else will get 20% off. You might get 35%, but for sure 30% off. I don't know if they'll honor the 15% off if you're new, but try it out. All right, guys, I got snacks. Good to see you, but I gotta go. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. And for those of you begging to see my wife for some reason, there's the wife. Give me money. How much is that worth, guys? It's priceless. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. This has gone on long enough, you guys. Take it easy. We'll see you tomorrow at 4, and we'll have a topic. Oh, Jesse's here now, and Zen Ginger. Of course, all y'all are here. Have a good night. Bye, guys.